Hey everyone, Ryan Zomorodi here, co-founder and COO of Real Estate Skills. If you're serious about creating financial freedom and building long-term wealth through real estate, this video is for you. I'm going to walk you through how you can acquire 10 rental properties in just 5 years using a proven approach that's simple, scalable, and accessible, even if you're just getting started. Let's get into it. So step number 1 is to begin with the end in mind. Before we dive into strategy, let's take a step back and focus on the big vision. One of the best pieces of advice that I ever received from my mentor, who sold his company for 9 figures and is living his dream life, was to start with the end goal and then reverse engineer the path to get there. Let me ask you 3 important questions that help shape my own journey. The first question is, at what point in your life do you want the freedom to decide whether or not you have to work for money? In other words, how many more years are you willing to grind? Because make no mistake, you do have to work hard to make this plan work hard for you. Back in my early 20s, I set a clear intention and vision for financial freedom, which I define as generating passive income from my assets, which consistently exceed my living expenses. I decided by that age 45, I wanted work to become a choice, not a necessity. Not because I dislike working, but because I deeply value having options. To have the flexibility to travel, to be fully present with my future family, and to live life on my own terms without depending on a paycheck or being tied to a 9-to-5. I want the ability to do what I want, when I want, with whom I want, without having to ask for permission or worrying about money. That, to me, is what true freedom looks like. And to be in that position, I knew creating wealth with real estate was the most reliable way to get there. Now, the second question you should think about is, what amount of monthly passive income would give you true financial comfort, especially if you were debt-free? This is about determining your personal freedom number. For me, that number was $20,000 per month. That means no consumer debt, no financial stress, just consistent passive income flowing in every single month, whether or not I worked at a job or on a business. To me, that's more than enough to cover my lifestyle, take care of my family, and give me the flexibility to spend my time doing what I truly enjoy without worrying about trading time for money. The third question is, you need to know what's the average rent per housing unit in your target market. At the time, the average rent where I could afford to buy rental properties was around $1,500 per property. But don't be fooled. Even when you have your mortgage paid off, you still have to pay property taxes, insurance, repairs, maintenance costs, property management fees, and you have to account for vacancy as well, because a property is not going to be rented 100% of the time. So just to be very conservative, you can budget around 40% of the gross rent for ongoing operating expenses. So that means if the rent is $1,500 per month, then the cash flow is around $900 per month per property once the mortgage is completely paid off. So to hit my goal of $20,000 per month, I needed 22 rental properties fully paid off. But if your goal is to buy 10 rental properties in 5 years, you'd still be making over 6 figures in passive income once they're paid off. Keep in mind, the properties I'm referring to are in the $100,000 to $200,000 price range. I'm not talking about $1 million properties that you have to acquire 10 or 22 of those. But let's take it a step further. How much cash would you actually need to accumulate and invest to acquire 10 or even 22 rental properties? If the down payment on a $120,000 property is 20% plus closing costs, so let's round up and say we're all in at $30,000 for the down payment. So for 22 down payments, I would need around $660,000 of cash. But if your goal is to buy 10 rental properties in 5 years, all you need is $300,000. That might sound like a lot, but when you learn a valuable skill like wholesaling houses or fixing and flipping properties, you're able to generate large chunks of cash that you can use to rapidly invest in rental properties. So let's say you earn $50,000 per fix and flip, which is very average. Many of my students are earning 6 figures or more on their flips. But let's be conservative and say we're making $50,000 per fix and flip. I personally wouldn't be flipping a house unless I made more than $50,000 per flip. So to generate my goal of $660,000, I need to flip around 14 houses that each netted about $50,000 worth of profit. But to buy 10 rental houses in 5 years, you would only need to flip around 6 houses across 5 years, which is flipping 1 house every 10 months. 6 house flips or even 14 house flips really isn't all that much when we're talking about creating financial freedom and passive income for the rest of our lives and beyond. This is true generational wealth that we can pass down to our loved ones and our grandkids. This is income that will outlive us. Even if you flip just 1 or 2 houses a year while you're working a full-time job, with our proven systems and processes, we have students who are brand new to real estate, flipping houses profitably, even while working demanding 9-to-5 jobs. So for me, when I broke this down into a simple plan and a simple strategy, that's when the vision became clear. That's what got me excited, and that's what gets me motivated and really gets me fired up every single morning when I wake up and get out of bed. But this wasn't just about real estate. This is about designing a life that I'm proud to live and that I'm willing to work hard to build and pursue every single day. Maybe that's just me, but that's a lot more fun than slaving away at a corporate job for 30, 40, 50 years, investing in a retirement plan and hoping the stock market goes up and it doesn't crash right before I want to retire. So step number 2 is what we call the accumulation phase. Now that we've defined the end goal, let's talk strategy. Your mission in the first phase is simple: acquire 22 rental properties. And maybe your goal is actually more modest, so let's start by acquiring 10 rental properties. Make that your goal and you can always scale up from there. This is the foundation of your wealth building plan. These are the assets that are going to pay you for life. To acquire and finance rental properties, you'll need 2 key things. The first of which is strong credit. Aim for at least a 720 credit score for the best financing and the best interest rates on your mortgages. You also want to be able to show a solid income and have minimal monthly debt. You want to look strong on paper for lenders. So yes, this might mean earning taxable income and actually filing your taxes so that you can show strong income on paper. Pay off your credit card debt and make sure that you have more income than debt every single month. Next, you want to focus on increasing your income. If your current income won't support rapid acquisitions, it's time to expand. Start thinking about side hustles, commission-based work, consulting gigs, whatever you can do to increase your income and your ability to start stacking cash. Any additional streams of income that can help you save faster for down payments and closing costs are going to benefit you. The more you earn, the faster you can grow your portfolio. As I mentioned earlier, some of the ways that I was able to accumulate hundreds of thousands of dollars of capital to invest in rental properties was through wholesaling and flipping properties all around the country, as well as earning commissions as a real estate agent. If you're interested in learning high dollar per hour skills and making an active income through real estate, my biggest suggestion is to download our Real Estate Investing 101 Ultimate Guide, which will walk you through everything from wholesaling to flipping houses and then reinvesting that money into rental properties. This is the proven plan that we've put together absolutely for free for you. So just go to realestateskills.com/101 to get your free copy today. The link is in the description. So let's talk about a very accessible way to start accumulating rental properties. This is the first-time homebuyer advantage. So if you don't own a home yet, you're in a great position to leverage low down payment programs such as an FHA or conventional loan requiring just 3.5% to 5% down. When you buy your first home using one of these programs, this could be a single family home, a duplex, a triplex, or even a 4-unit property with just 5% down. The strategy is simple. You live in the property. You rent out the extra rooms or the extra units in your property and start collecting rental income that offsets your mortgage every single month. And sometimes you can even create positive cash flow. After living there for a year, you can then move out and convert that property into an entire rental property and then buy your next rental. Repeat this process 2 or 3 times. And once you're done moving around, shift into just buying investment properties, but then you'll have to use 20 to 25% down. If you live in an expensive market, you might just start buying rental properties out of state in more affordable markets from the get-go. That's what I did, and it worked out exceptionally for me. If you need any help getting into cash flowing turnkey properties, feel free to reach out to me and my team, and we can certainly help. So now let's talk about stacking properties strategically. At this stage, your focus should shift to scaling your portfolio, but doing it the right way. That means saving aggressively. Every dollar you save is a dollar that can become your employee, working hard for you every single day to earn you more and more money. The more capital you have ready to deploy, the more opportunities you can take advantage of when the right deals come along. In your day-to-day decisions, always keep investing and financial freedom top of mind. Your spending habits will directly impact how fast you can acquire properties. Simple choices, what you buy and what you pass up on, can shave months or even years off of your timeline. Consistency is key. And when it comes to acquisitions, make sure you're buying the right deals. That means quality properties in solid rental markets that cash flow from day one. Always use fixed rate debt so that you never have to worry about your mortgage payment going up over time. Stability is absolutely essential. And remember, you don't need to rush, but the faster you stack rental properties and hit your goal, whether it's 10 rental homes in 5 years or 22 in 7 years, the faster you can shift into the next phase, which is paying off debt and building long-term freedom. Step number 3 is the payoff phase. Once you've built your portfolio of 10 rental properties, the next step is to shift your focus from growth to freedom. And that comes from paying them off. Now, I'll be honest, this topic sparks a lot of debate in the real estate world. You'll hear things like always use leverage and never pay off your mortgages. And yes, there's truth to that. Using leverage improves your return on capital, and you can deduct mortgage interest to reduce your taxable income. But here's the reality. It really depends on your goals. How old are you? What kind of lifestyle are you building for yourself? If you're in your 50s or 60s and approaching retirement, still carrying loans on 100 properties and managing tens of millions of dollars of outstanding debt, you might be cash flowing on paper, but chances are you'll probably feel like you're still stuck on the treadmill. At some point, peace of mind starts to matter more than maximizing your returns. There's a big difference between having cash flow and having true freedom. So if you've reached your rental property acquisition goals and now you're ready to transition into the next season, this is when you implement what I call the snowball payoff method. Here's how it works. The first step is to start by identifying the properties that you have with the smallest mortgage balance. Second, you will direct all the extra income and positive cash flow into aggressively paying down that one property. Once it's fully paid off, take the new freed up cash flow that you were applying to that property and roll it all into the next lowest mortgage. Then you keep repeating that process until all of your properties are completely paid off. This method creates momentum. With each property you eliminate, your cash flow grows, which makes it even easier to knock out the next one. That's the beauty of the debt snowball. It's simple, powerful, and emotionally motivating because you can see and feel the progress. Now, there's also the avalanche method, where instead of paying off the lowest balance first, you actually start with the loan that has the highest interest rate. This method can also save you a lot more interest in the long run. So, which one should you use? I recommend running the numbers on both methods to see which one has the bigger impact on your long-term financial outcome. More importantly, choose the one that you'll stick with, because both will move you closer to complete financial independence. Ultimately, it's your decision. And when your portfolio is paid off, that's when your cash flow becomes truly life-changing. Well, let's say you're in your 20s or your 30s and earning strong income and you're ready to take your portfolio to the next level. Here's an advanced strategy to scale smart. Just keep acquiring properties. Build up 15, 20, even 25 properties or more over time. Let those properties appreciate, and then let time and market growth do the heavy lifting for you. Then, when the moment is right, sell off half of your portfolio. Take the equity that you've built and use that cash to pay off the 10 to 12 properties that are in the best locations and generating the strongest returns. Now you've got a lean, high-performing portfolio that's completely paid off, built not just with savings, but with strategy, patience, and property appreciation. That's how you scale wisely and build lasting freedom. And here's a powerful tip that can shave years off your financial timeline. Let's say that you've got a $300,000 loan at 6% fixed interest rate. If you make just one extra payment per year applied directly to the principal balance, you'll save around $76,500 in interest and knock off nearly 6 years from your loan. Make one extra payment each quarter and you're saving about $176,000 in interest and shaving off close to 14 years on your loan. And if you're really aggressive, making one extra payment every single month, you'll save over $276,000 and cut 21 years off your 30-year mortgage. That's the power of small, consistent actions. That's the power of compounding. All that being said, I'll leave you with this. This process works. I know because I'm living and breathing it every single day, and I've helped countless investors replicate it. And I want to help you too. You don't need to hit a home run on every deal. You just need a plan, discipline, and the right strategy. And you need to stay consistent. Acquiring 10 properties in 5 years is not a fantasy. It's a formula. It's how you build real wealth. It's how you create options. It's how you design your life with freedom at the center. So if you're fired up like I am and you want to go deeper into these topics, go download our Real Estate Investing 101 Ultimate Guide at realestateskills.com/101. It's absolutely free, so you won't want to miss it. I'll leave a link in the description. If you got value from this, give this video a thumbs up, drop your questions in the comments. I'll be sure to check them out and reply to them. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss our latest educational content coming soon. Thanks for watching and spending your time here with me today. The blueprint is in your hands. Now it's up to you to execute. Stay sharp, keep investing in yourself, and I'll catch you in the next video.